Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to start a small mini series.
With Mr. Orange.
Today we're going to start a small mini series in which we are going to build my wife's dream spec Mazda MX-5. So if you've been watching for a while, you would have seen this car in the background. I bought it about a year ago with the intentions of flipping it, but never got around to it, and it turns out actually this might be the perfect base car for my wife. So let's get into it and explain all the things we need to do to the car. Okay, so in the clips before I would have shown you around the car, but let's get into actually some of the issues with it and some of the work we need to do. So the car's been off the road since 2019, so we need to do a bunch of like normal service stuff, such as like timing belt, water pump, oil service. We would need to do a coolant flush, but I've already removed the radiator, so I've already done that. Probably also going to be worth swapping out the auxiliary belt and power steering pump belt, just we don't want that failing. Apart from that, I think it's just gonna be like a lot of normal stuff. So the car definitely needs new discs and pads all round, as well as some new flexies, so new brake lines. Apart from that, it just wants a really good clean and a little bit of welding. So it's mainly going to be doing some work that you want to make the car how you want it. So we have a walk around, and then you can kind of point out anything you want to change, any ideas you have, and then we can try and make the car a little bit more interesting. Okay, so I have already started to do a little bit of work on this car. I've removed something. Can you spot what it is?
The raisins.
Okay, so the radiator from this car has been removed because I have got a nice aluminium one to replace it. Apart from that, can you see anything else wrong in there? Yeah, okay, that shouldn't be in there. So the other issue is that is our AC condenser, and that is falling apart. Yeah, that's broken, so I have to try and find a replacement. On top of that, it just looks kind of dirty and old, and that's missing a cap off the brake fluid reservoir for some reason. So that rocker cover can come off and be painted. What colour? Yeah, you can choose whatever colour for the rocker cover. Black, okay, easy. Yeah, so what we'll do is we'll quickly get into some of the issues with the car and some of the bits we need to do to it. Okay, so if we're looking at the front end of the car, is there anything you want to change or want to do?
Paint it.
Okay, you want to paint the front bumper because that clear coat has failed on that. It's got some aftermarket headlights in it. We do have the originals. What do you want in there? Originals, okay, cool. The wheels we have for the car are the original BBS wheels. Those okay, or do you want to change them? They're good, okay. The car is still on factory shocks that are probably leaking, so that means we need to put in new, yeah. What would we replace them with? Begins with a C. Yep, we'll get some new coilovers. Obviously, the car does have coilovers, but we'll put in an adjustable set of coilovers. Be nice to put some BCs in here, but realistically, this is going to be a budget build, so it's going to be whatever I can find for it. The exhaust manifold is going to stay as it is, but we do have a nice new cat back for it, so that'd be cool. And then let's have a look at the rear of the car. Okay, so if we're looking at the rear of the car, what do we need to do?
Spoiler in the back bumper, and then I want to do the rear.
Okay, what do you want to change them to? Any ideas? No, but you just want to change them. Okay, that is fine. So yeah, we need to paint the spoiler and the rear bumper. I'll do that when I do the front bumper. There's a cat. Do you have anything to say to anyone watching? There's another orange cat and he is not our orange cat, and they don't get along very well. Goodbye. So the rear suspension is all very, very crusty, so definitely need some aftermarket coilovers to go on there. It does have some wheel spacers that we'll leave, because actually that should make the fitment a little bit better. I need to have a look through at all the kind of bushings and stuff, and the control arm, see if I can kind of save them and paint them and install some new bushings, or if not, just replace the whole lot. Flexies aren't leaking. Not sure, but we're definitely going to change those because they are 30 years old. This being, I think it's a V spec or V special or something like that. It's got tan leather, tan lower dash, wooden gear knob, wooden handbrake, and it did have a Nardi wooden steering wheel. So what are your opinions on the interior? Like the colour. Is there anything in there that you don't like?
Probably not.
No, okay, fine. So we'll try and repair the seats. Just trying to find like a pair or a driver seat especially that isn't damaged is pretty difficult, and this one definitely isn't nice, but I'm sure with a little bit of work we can get it looking half decent. The car originally would have came with kind of a matching tan coloured carpet, which we have in the back. What do you think? Should we keep it black or put the tan one in? Okay, cool. I agree. I know that's not the original, but tan carpets after 30 years are just going to look a bit shit. We do need to put a radio in there, and the top part of the dash, the kind of the black painted part, we are going to have to redo because that has completely failed. So I've had too many MX-5s, and as such, I've got bits of them everywhere. I don't know exactly what I have, so we need to have a bit of a rummage, see what we can find for this car, and we need to then make a parts list of everything I need to order for it. You have had an MX-5 before. It was a Mark 2.5, 1.8. I think it was like a splash edition, so it's in that kind of splash green, which you liked.
I love.
Unfortunately, the catalytic converter got stolen out of that whilst we were at work. And the car needed welding, and it basically just wasn't worth putting a whole new exhaust system on it, even though they are cheap. So we had to sell it, and you haven't had an MX-5 for a few years now, so this should be a nice replacement. So this is the shed that is just full of absolute nonsense. Here's kind of the pile of bits for your car for the moment. Oh, he's come to join us. We've got the original BBS wheels. I've just had some cheap tyres put on there just so we can roll it around. When the car is actually ready to drive, I'll get some nice tyres for it. They're going to be safe. We've got the aluminium rad there with one of the fans on. I do have the other one. We've also got some aftermarket mirrors that I don't think are going to go on because you're not the biggest fan of them. But they came off another car I had. So we'll see. They might look better when they're on, but if not, we'll sell them, put a bit of money towards that build. Also got the exhaust down there just behind you, if you can see it. It's a nice stainless steel system, not too noisy. So for that car, pretty good. So over here, we have a little pile of steering wheels. So if you pull those top two out, two wooden ones. So there's like the original wooden Nardi that would have come in the car that needs to be refurbed, or the one on top that came out of another MX-5 I had, so you can choose. That one? Cool, that's nice and easy. I think it's in here. Yes, I've got the cat. No, I've got MX-5 bits, some of which came with the car, some didn't. So we've got automatic transmission fluid. That is not for that car, I don't think. We've got rear brake pads. We've got an oil filter. Some brake pads, I think they're probably gonna be rears. The original like mud guards that would have gone on there. What do we think, Al? Original mud guards go on the back of it?
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, cool, okay. We can get those painted and fitted. We have got some belts. Don't know if they're the right ones, I'll have to look at the part numbers. We've got, I'm guessing the other door sill, I think they're on there. Another belt. Don't know why. A box. Oh, another belt. Cool. Of course. Another belt. Cool. Okay. So yeah, just loads and loads of bits for that car. Okay, so if you watched any of the videos where Harvey and I were working in here on my S13, you would have seen that we just wrote the parts list directly on the wall. I really should buy a whiteboard, and once I paint it in here I will do, but for now we're just going to use this bit of wall here for the parts list for that car. No. No.
Oh my god, there's 4 things.
Okay, so yeah, we still need quite a lot for this car.
MX-5 parts list you do not have.
So yeah, we need a lot for this car. Yeah, I mean there are some things on there we don't necessarily like have to have. So things like tail lights we don't have to have, but that's something you think you want, then we can find you some nicer ones.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, I
Did
don't.
you see that?
No,
You know that banana one?
no.
Oh, baby.
Okay. Yeah, coilovers probably won't be anything brand new or anything that fancy, but sort of like decent shocks that aren't 30 years old are definitely going to be an improvement. Yeah, and then apart from that, it's just things like interior bits to make that nice. Obviously the car does need welding. I'll probably do that off camera just because that's really dull. I'm hoping I can just extend that kind of black painted section there up a little bit further, so I don't have to try and like blend that in, because I'm not a very good painter, so that would just look terrible. But I think for today that's kind of going to be it. It was only a very quick video about introducing Ellie and the car and Pumpkin. Yeah, so I'll get those bits ordered, and then next time we'll do something a little bit more interesting. So we can maybe start on like the brakes or the suspension, or maybe the engine. Yeah, got loads to do. I think we want to have this car done by spring. So when it gets nice out and actually you want to kind of go drive a convertible, it's ready to go. So yeah, it should be interesting. These cars are so easy to work on that I can't imagine it'll be too difficult. Same as our slides. Yeah, see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.